Hey guys, 42Cuber here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to solve a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. One thing you should know before we begin, this is not a tutorial for how to get faster at the Rubik's Cube, so if you already know how to solve it, this is not the video for you. This is for people who are still trying to learn how. So, anyways, let's get started. So, before we begin, what you should learn is the notation of the Rubik's Cube. So, whenever you're facing the Rubik's Cube, it doesn't matter which side. So let's say I'm facing the white side. This side is going to be F, which stands for front. Back here, the yellow side is B for back. This side is R for right, and this side is L for left. And then down here, D for down, and U for up. The next thing is you should learn the colors. White is always opposite from yellow. It doesn't matter how many times you turn the cube. Green is always opposite from blue. Again, doesn't matter how many times you turn the cube. And orange is always opposite from red. Again, does not matter how many times you turn the cube. Okay, so first step to how to solve the Rubik's Cube is you want to solve the cross. I like to solve the orange cross, personally. So, here, as you can see, I already have the first part of the orange cross. I want all four of these pieces to be orange, and I want all of these pieces to match. So you see how this piece is solved because it goes orange, orange, and white, white. The second piece is right here, blue, blue, and orange. And this is kind of convenient because all I have to do is turn this piece up, and as you can see, we get a line there. This piece here, green, green, and then an orange here. Again, very convenient. All I have to do is just bring this up. This last piece, which we need yellow to match up, is not as conveniently placed as the other ones were. So for this, we have to look around the cube. And as you can see, it's right here. So, but we already have this piece solved. So what we have to do is we have to bring this piece down, keeping in mind that we just ruined our cross here. Move over this piece, bring the blue back up so that it's as the cross was, and now this piece is down here. Next, you want to line up the yellow with the yellow. Now, we already know that yellow is opposite from white. So we know that we could turn the bottom face twice, and turn, since we line this up back here, bring this face twice. And as you can see, that solves our cross. Now, you want to be ignoring this corner. This is just ironic here. Okay? So, that's what it should look like, and sometimes you're going to have some orange pieces set up. So, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to go over the cross one more time by doing one more solve. As you can see, again, the white, the orange and the orange and the white, that line is already solved. We have to look around the cube for the next one. As you can see, here's the next one with green and orange. So, all I have to do is turn this as many times as I need to until I line them up. And as you can see, now they're lined up. So now, I just have to turn the front face twice, and now we have that line. For the third piece, here again is our yellow, and as you can see, if we were to just turn that right up, yes, the piece is in the correct spot, but as you can see, it's not oriented correctly. So this is where we start to get into algorithms. Now, algorithms are a set of moves that you do so that you can solve certain pieces of this cube. So for example, if I say R, which I explained earlier, which means right face, if I say R, I mean turn the right face clockwise. If I say R prime, I mean turn the right face counterclockwise. This works the same with all pieces. So for this algorithm, you want to be facing this piece here, okay, so that it's oriented wrong, and you're going to go F, R prime, D, or D prime, R, that brought this down here, and then F2. Okay? And now, as you can see, our last piece here, blue, blue, orange, all we need to do is just bring this up, and now we have the cross solved. Okay, so now, once you've mastered the cross, you're going to be moving on to solving these corners here. Okay? Now, as you can see, we want to be finding corners that have the same color on them as the cross that we set up. So as you can see, this is our orange cross, so this corner is a corner that we need, okay? So the other colors on this corner are green and yellow. So I know that it has to go in this spot here because there's the green center, the yellow center, and the orange center. And those are all the colors on this corner. So if that corner goes here and it's oriented correctly, then that means that it's going to be solved. So we want to move this piece over, and we're going to put it right. We're going to put it right underneath, or no, we're not. I'm joking. What we're going to do is, since this is our corner that we need, since this is the slot that we need, the corner that we have, we're going to put it over here, so that the corner we have here is diagonal from the place where we need it. Now what we're going to do, the algorithm is R prime, D, R. And as you can see, that solved that piece. For the second piece, as you can see, we have it here, okay? So again, you're going to put this over here, and you're going to go R prime, D, R. Except this time, of course, it didn't orient it correctly. So now that that piece is up there, we're going to go R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R. And do that as many times as you need to until it gets oriented correctly. And as you can see, that's in the correct slot. Third corner, right here. This has orange, blue, and white, so I know that that has to go here. So it's already in the correct spot where we need it to be. We're going to go R prime, D, R. And that conveniently solved it. Last corner, right here. Our corner is over here. So we're going to line it up over here. And we're going to go R prime, D, R. Except, of course, this time not oriented correctly. So we're going to do our trigger, R prime, D prime, R, D, as many times as we need to until it gets solved correctly. So, one more time, R prime, D prime, R, D. And that time, it solved it. Once you've finished and mastered solving these corners correctly, you're going to move on to solving the second layer. So the second layer is when you're solving all of these pieces, okay? As you can see, this piece is already solved. Yellow matches up with yellow, and blue matches up with blue. So now we just have to find another piece. Here's another piece. You want to find a piece that does not have the bottom color in it. So as you can see, this piece has green and yellow, but it does not have red, which is our bottom color. This piece, however, has red in it, this piece has red in it, and this piece has red in it. So we're going to be using this piece. We want to line up this color with its center. So I'm going to turn this as many times as I need. As you can see, this lines up. So now we have our yellow here, and since yellow is on the left of green, we're going to do the following algorithm, facing the green side. D, L, D, L prime, D prime, F prime, D, F. And as you can see, that solved that piece. Now, finally, we have to find our third piece to solve. Here it is right here, green and white. So we'll line up as many times as we need to solve, and now these are lined up. But this time, as you can see, this is white. Now yellow is on the left, but white is on the right. So we're going to be doing a mirror of the algorithm we just did. So the algorithm for this would be D prime, R prime, D prime, R, D, F, D, F prime. And as you can see, that solved that piece. Our last piece is right here. Conveniently, it's already set up. Now white is on the left, so we're just going to be doing the same algorithm that we did before. And that would be D, L, D, L prime, D prime, F, D prime, F prime. And as you can see, now, once we've done that the amount of times, the second layer of the cube is solved. Once you've mastered solving the second layer, you're going to move on to OLL, or orienting the last layer. So you're going to flip the cube upside down, okay? Now, since the cube is upside down, we're going to be doing this algorithm over and over and over again until we get, with all of these pieces here, solved along with one corner. The algorithm is F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And as you can see, that got me to the fish. That was kind of lucky. Sometimes that's not going to happen. Sometimes you're going to have to repeat that algorithm over and over and over again. But don't stop until you get this fish. And as you can see, what I mean by the fish is it has nose and then two fins. Once you've gotten to the fish, you want to put the nose of the fish in the bottom left-hand corner. And you're going to do the following algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And as you can see, that solved the top of the cube. Now there are two versions of the fish. So as you can see, the last one that I showed you solved the top. But sometimes you're going to have to do it twice, as in this case. I'll do the algorithm once, but as you can see, the fish just appeared again. Don't let this kill you. Put the nose of the fish back in this corner, and do it one more time. And as you can see, that solved it. Once you've finished solving OLL, or orienting last layer, you're going to be moving on to PLL, which is permulating the last layer. So, what this is it's moving around all of these pieces the amount of time that you need to until it's all solved, thus meaning the cube is solved. So you want to be looking around the cube until you find matching headlights. As you can see, I have some matching headlights here. And they're already lined up with the right place because white lines up with white. However, if it were like this, white does not line up with blue. So you're just going to turn it the amount of times that you need to until it does. So now, when you have those headlights, you're going to turn them away from you and do the following algorithm. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And as you can see, that solved all of these headlights. So just line them all up. Okay? Now, sometimes you're going to get cases where none of these corners match. If this happens, you're just going to face a random side, do the algorithm that I just taught you, and you'll see that you get one. Alright? Now, we'll line these up, turn it away from us, and do the algorithm a second time. And as you can see, that time it solved all of these. Once all of these are solved, you're going to need to move these edge pieces around, okay? So you're going to do the following algorithm as many times as you need to until the cube is solved. So if you have a solved side, face it away from you. And you're going to do F2, U, L, R prime, F2, R, L prime, U, F2. As you can see, that time it didn't solve it, so I have to do it one more time. And that time, it solved it. Sometimes you're going to get cases where there's no solved side. If that's the case, you're going to pick one random side, do the algorithm I just taught you, and as you can see, you're going to get one solved side. Then you're going to face that away from you, and do the algorithm that I just taught you, the amount of times that you need to, until the cube is solved. So, yeah, hope that helped. If it didn't, I'm sorry. I tried to explain it best I could. But anyways, thanks for watching, and yeah, just keep cubing.